You know, I think it's funny, when you're a young man, you kind of feel like you don't fit in because you don't see any role models that you like. And then you find out all of the role models have been given a platform because they're part of the overall regime, the agenda to encourage a eugenics program, to lower the population of the human race. I remember when I was a kid, I was like, why is there such shit celebrities? I hate them. I hate them all. They're disgusting, soulless demons. And then I find out they're not actually talented. It's because they're not talented and all they care about is materialism and status is why they're given a platform in the first place. So all these TV show actors, all these singers, if any of them have a little sprinkle of soul, they get taken out. They get Hillary Clinton'd. Yeah, that's why like so many young men are just checked out from society. It makes more sense to like play video games than it does to like get involved in a fake system. Like what if you're agreeing to negotiate like with these false ideologies of like materialism, status and hedonism, you're kind of like a part of the problem. You're kind of like a soulless, demonic parasite that's just being controlled by the puppet string. And if you find happiness in that system, that tells me you're part of the problem. So when you go to like outside a bank at like 5 o'clock on a Thursday or Friday in like Docklands in Melbourne, you look at these bankers and you can see in their face, they've accepted to be part of the system. And so they just have like their physiognomy, it just gives off this like demonic aura. Because if they're a success in this world, it means they've sold out. It means they don't have a soul and they're just playing along with this Zionist liberal democratic version of success, which isn't sustainable, which isn't based on logic. It's purely based on control. But I bet you all the comments are going to be like pissed off gamma males who never work out, have poor genetics, their mum was never around, and they'd be like, oh, this fucking guy, he's giving it a go. How dare he? I hate him because he's giving it a go. Everyone should be the same. You know, Australia's got this tall poppy syndrome that, nah, you're on my level, mate. You're on my level, mate. If you try to do something to better your life, you make me look like an idiot. So I want you to be a loser, so that I feel better about being a loser. That's Australian culture. I think it's so funny how much people are obsessed with youth. I could not stand being in my early 20s. I hated being in my early 20s. I used to be too nice. I used to be too sensitive. It's a full Hollywood psyop, bro, to be obsessed with youth. When you're in your 30s, you're a man, you've got children, you've got a woman who loves you, you've got so much respect. Anyone, like intellectually, spiritually, physically, I have extreme self-confidence that I can take on anyone, intellectually, spiritually, or physically. In my early 20s, I did not have that. There's a full Hollywood psyop to make people think that youth is the extreme. As a man, everything is better in your 30s. Everything is better. Your sex drive is better. You're stronger. Anything happens, someone has to have an argument with you, you've got something in your tank, you throw it at them without even consciously processing it. I've got a response. It's second nature. It's like part of your primal response. Like it's just like I've got a comeback for everything ready to go. Bam! And like people used to be incredibly rude to me because I have incredible genetics and they can see I have a bright spark, so they'll purposely try to bring me down by saying things to me like, I remember there was this fat little redhead guy and he went to this party with me and he's like to my sister, I can't believe he's your brother! He's your brother? And this guy was like 5 foot tall, fat, disgusting redhead. And I said nothing. I thought about it for years, and now that happened, I'd be like, what was that, buddy? What was that? Pardon me, say that again. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? No, explain. I'm curious. No, inform me. Educate me. Like, I would be welcoming the opportunity for constructive conflict. So I'm trying to spread awareness that youth is not the be-all end-all. As a man, being in your 30s is the duck's nuts. You got all this like masculine, assertive energy, leadership skill. It's a beautiful thing, and it's a beautiful thing because when you have responsibility, it like sets off little sparks and other things activate. You know, you have the kids, you love them, like you get the business, you get shredded, you have convictions, you tell the truth, you know, you have academic debates, and all together it's like everything else starts to grow. You know, you provide fuel for other parts. So it's really, really a huge, huge, incredible psyop to make people obsessed with youth because it's disgusting. To be young, it sucks as a man because women have all the power. Young women, power up here. Young men, power down here. Men in their 30s, power up here. Women in their 30s, power about here. Guy in their 30s, anything you want. 18 to 90. 35-year-old woman, what's she got? What's she got? I mean, she can get a piece of meat. She can get a piece of meat to play with. But then that lowers her status. No guy is ever going to get with a girl if you find out she's been shagging some guy 10 years younger than her. Disgusting. Unless she gets a foreigner.
Next up, just some cool songs I think you'll like. Kicking off with the hot.
I mean, this has been around for a while. I remember when I was like 14, I was like, bro, when I was 13, life was so good. Like, there's just such an obsession with age, and it makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. Because I know so many 60-year-olds that have the wisdom of a 15-year-old. They're just like, oh, I just like titties, but I'm making money. Titties making money. You know what I think is strange is that women are okay with a hypersexualized society because then they're worth nothing unless they have a good pair of titties. So why would women want to have this 1960s sexual liberty? It's been the worst thing that ever happened to them because then no one gives a shit about anything unless you've got a fucking nice ass and tits, bro. Oh, you cure for cancer? Get out of here, you dumb slut. Show me them titties. Like, since it's, you know, we've encouraged this. Like there's how many, like what, from like 18 to 25, like that's such a small amount of women have all the power, the rest of them, bloody useless, you know? So, it's just so funny that women have actually let this 1960s liberal democracy, these Tel Aviv, Los Angeles values spread to the world. These Tel Aviv, Los Angeles values encourage everyone to be obsessed with sex and lack of structure. It's the worst thing for women. It's the worst thing for women. Now they're in cubicles taking SSRIs with all these wrinkles, all these disgusting wrinkles, and they're fucking their vibrators every day, and then they're dying alone. Banned! Banned! Nah, bro, I got a personality. And that shows me you're a pathetic excuse for a man. You think someone has to be on alcohol or drugs to have a personality? Weak little boy!